Hello, welcome back. I got some more research done. Enchantment gives us some pretty cool stuff. So a big one is we can now do Phoenix Power, which is AoE 15. So for one fire gem we can empower pretty much all of our mages in fire during battle, as long as they're all kind of close together, which is pretty good. There's also some other weird stuff in here. There is the teleport spell we can do at Earth now, which is nice. There's also a group flight spell. It only has a 25% cast time and AoE 4. You could give quite a lot of people flight with this. I'm not sure who we'd use it on though. I haven't really been recruiting many ghouls or brazen guards or anything like that, so most of our melee troops fly. I guess some of our summons might take it. Maybe we could drop flight on the angry war trolls or something. Yeah, got life after death in here with AoE 1 as well. We saw Pan casting that. Power of Gaia, AoE 15 plus 1 nature magic. All kinds of nice stuff in there. Anyway, still doing lots of research. We empowered ourselves in death, which is good. Another throne has been claimed by Atlantis. This is the Iron Throne. Did lots of summons as usual. We found one site with Augury, which was a Copper Cliff, which is a Fire Gem and an Earth Gem. There we go. Also spider battle between AI and Russ. So yeah, I sent out this weird little stack. Got one mage guy in it. Where is it? This guy. Got some items. A couple of Enkidu soldiers. And he sent this into Russ's throne fort. So that's what AI is doing. So that's over here. And that's it for main messages. We also had events then. 9 Earth Gems in Mir. In Nom, really nice one. 2040 gold, bunch of gems, and a Summer Sword. Summer Sword's really useful for us because it gives us supply. And we were having some starvation problems this turn. And in Trollland we got 7 water gems as well. Finished the Palisades over in Giant's Rest here. And yeah, started starving in Glade Woods. I guess it's a pretty big army, but mainly the problem is there just aren't any supplies in this province. It's only a 1500 population province. Let's hope that some of these other provinces have a bit more population to feed us. Yeah, and that's it for messages. But this time the nice thing was that big gold event that let us get down some new buildings. So we're going to get the temple down in Wesh now, and we're also getting a temple down in our throne fort over here, which is also being upgraded now. So lots of buildings. I think there was maybe something else somewhere as well. I had a priest somewhere, was it you? No, you're still preaching. We could put another temple down here, I suppose. Only 400 gold. Yeah, there we go, another temple as well in Glade Woods. So lots of buildings this time. Also doing recruitment where I need it, so all my thrones are still getting recruitment. And I think I'm getting a couple of other luxury mages as well. Like Human Zahir in Bycliffe. Other than that, movements over here are just moving stuff to Nom. We're still just making sure we can summon in all of our forts. And up here, the main red arrows are just moving into Urs territory now. So first thing I'm doing is just splitting up the army a little bit. We can't make any kind of deep movements into Urs territory, unfortunately. Even our flying djinn can't really do it. So we're just going to split them up into 2 giant stacks. One's going into Witch's Copse. And shouldn't have any problems. The other one's going to roll straight onto Glistening Dew Forest with all this stuff. We have quite a lot of siege strength here. So I imagine this falls over pretty much immediately. We can take it and then keep moving on. And while that's happening, we've got the grubs coming up the rear as well, which will help knock over Urs cap eventually. I'm hoping we'll wrap up this war in maybe like 7 or 8 turns. That's the plan anyway. Trying to give out as many supply items as I can. Got a yellow here, it's been given one. It's going to fly over to Glistening Dew. Nightmarsh, one of these sultans. I will have to rename these guys, won't I? Has been given this Summer Sword we got from the event. That's another 100 supply bonus. So that's all that's happening here. And hopefully we don't have any problems killing her. The other last arrow is this big red one, which is heading over to Kark. The Sultan has been named Moon Explodes, the guy who has all of the nice thug items. He should be able to take provinces on his own. So let's use him for that. I've got him scripted to do Blessing on turn 1. That'll take care of his... Well, it'll neutralize his cold vulnerability, give him some poison resistance, and also +3 defense now as well, because we've got the Throne of Water. He's then going to do protection from cold for some more cold resistance, only 50% cast time. Quicken Self, which gives him quickness. Greater Luck, another 50% cast time buff, which just gives you luck. And then finally Mistform, which has a very long cast time, unfortunately. But this guy will then have, yeah, he'll be Invis, Ethereal, Mistformed, Lucked, and he'll probably have about 28 defense. And he hits for 51 points of magic damage with a minor life drain, and has a Fire Shield to take care of any bits and pieces that are hitting him. He's also got 5 Fear from the helmet, and 6 Reinvigoration from the girdle and the Rainbow Armor, and 21 magic resistance as well. So he should have no problems cleaning up lots and lots and lots of stuff, so he's probably just going to bounce around taking all these provinces, while 2 or 3 main armies just kind of move north and roll over everything. And hopefully we don't have any problems. Down here my god is going to move underwater, cast, you know what, she's got the 2 water boosters, currently water 6. It needs to be cast underwater, which I didn't realise, I've never cast it before. So she's going to move underwater. I could have had her move last turn, but here we are. And while I'm doing that, the water mage is going to forge an amulet of the fish, so that the bishop fish can actually walk on land. And this particular bishop fish is probably going to walk over to the Throne of Death and sit in it for when we want to claim it. I think that's it for like big things this turn then. I'll just check. Lots of summons as usual. Oh yeah, here's a thing. This province now has magic. So I guess it is finally getting my scales. It took a very long time though. I guess it's fine though. Our mages are over in Giant's Rest, which has magic 3, which is better anyway. So, not a huge problem, I guess. Still doing summons, amulets, girdles, lots of endless bags of wine, and that's it for my movements. Big thing I can see on the map is that in addition to doing this, which must be upsetting for us, it looks like Pan is also attacking him, and is currently on his cap, which doesn't seem good. It doesn't seem good for... well, mainly because we don't want Pan getting larger. But I suppose this doesn't give him much throne access, does it? Unless he wants to get at my thrones. If he pushes through Russ's territory, he'll border me on both sides. Which will be... well, it'll be something. I see some other stuff going on up here. Has a giant stack over here that's walking towards Atlantis, which is quite funny. So hopefully Atlantis has to deal with that. You can see Ermor is about to finish off Saro. Doesn't think this is his last province. So he's about to do that. And Tianqi is still in the game as well, apparently. Been AI for a long time, but sitting there. You can see Jotun's territory as well now. Guess it's this. I could also see a throne that was independent. Where was that? Yeah, down here. It looks like it's independent. I guess we'll find out. We're about to move a scout into it. We'll see. And this was taken by, I guess, some kind of remote ritual? I'm not sure. Hopefully no one's attacking from this direction. It'd be Ermor, I suppose, but I guess I'd be able to see him. I just don't want this Sultan I'm sending over here to bump into something unexpected. And the last thing I noticed on the map was over here. A fort is under construction in this province. So maybe we should hit this with Living Mercuries in a turn or two. Because why not? He's not going to suspect Ubar of doing that, right? Anyway, that's it for this turn, I think. Going to mark as unfinished so that I can go back in and rename some commanders. So thanks for watching, that was turn 43. I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. I got some enchantment done. Even more good spells. Let's see, we're up to 5 now. There's another Phoenix Power. This one costs 3 gems, but it just gives every mage on the battlefield +1 fire magic. Doesn't affect enemies, of course. Also pretty good. Can use that. Bulk up all of our fire mages. We can easily get all of our fire mages to 3 now. So they've all got jaws, or just a gem. They can all do flame orbs, or fire orbs, whatever one it's called. What else is in here? There's some other stuff. There's Eyes of God is here, which has already been cast, and Dispel as well. Protective Force. Give yourself Protective Force, Lingering 4. There's greater lighter warding, improved group flight, only has a 10% cast time, AoE 4 flight. Yeah, there's lots of stuff in there. We'll keep going. Did some spells, didn't find any sites, unfortunately. Did lots of summons though. And Atlantis claimed another throne, the Throne of Air. Seems ironic. Lots of battles we could see then. We saw Pan taking another province off Russ. Very easily rolls over some province defense. And we also saw the independent province belonging to attacked by an Amorian scout. But Ur's god is here. Quite wounded. So this thing, I think it gives itself a few buffs. It does rock skin, then quicken self, and then it just attacks. So there we go. We had a bunch of battles then. We attacked Witch's Copse with no problems. A few bits and pieces there. Glistening Dew Forest, same thing. A couple of my camels keep dying because they're always just slightly too close to the Heat Aura guys. I keep trying to move them further and further away, but I want them a bit close for casting buffs and things. And then we also had the Battling Kark where our big guy rolled in. There's nothing here, so he has quite an easy time. I just thought it was odd that he's scripted to cast cold resistance on turn 2, but he doesn't. And I'm wondering if it's because he's got too much cold resist from the Bless already. That he's deciding not to. He thinks he already has enough. So I'm going to try casting cold resist on turn 1 instead next time. If he goes off script at the end and casts Protective Force instead. Which is fine. And then he just chops everyone up pretty easily. He's never going to have any problems. Yeah. So they all go fine. Also see a battle in I'll just quickly watch this. Pretty intimidating army. I think we'd roll it though. It smashes these, well, those super fast Sacreds are so funny. Yeah, I mean, it wipes those guys up pretty easily. So unfortunately, is probably going to take, Urmor's probably going to take Ur's cap, which is a shame. We also saw him attacking some Sarah stuff as well. Apparently Sarah's still in the game. Griffin Spires, we got 15 defense. That's in the extremely locked out province that probably doesn't need defense, but there we go. Lake Fortune, we lost some Dominion and gained some Unrest. And Glistening Dew Forest got some Sloth, so there we go. Let's see. Discovered a Tianqi scout. Apparently they're still in the game as well. Lost one of our own scouts to a lot of Irish patrollers. Cracked open Glistening Dew Forest, and there goes Saramatia. Okay. Farewell, Sarah. And that's it for messages. Yeah. So, this is how this turn looks now over here. Urmor is pushed in from this direction. So Urmor's probably going to get his cap. I won't bother contesting that. But I sent a message to Russ. I said, hey, can you fight off the, can you fight off Pan, or are you done? And he said, nope, I can't fight off Pan. So feel free to take whatever you want. So let's try and take the throne, since that's the important one. So it's currently being sieged by but the force here isn't too intimidating, so we'll just move this little stack and the big guy over into it. That should be fine. He's got protection from cold on turn 1. We'll see if he actually casts it now. It's not a big deal, but it might be a big deal one day. I'd like to see how to fix it. This fort has never been upgraded, and it never had anything in it. And the scout that's sitting here apparently has a disease, so I'm going to assume that there's a disease site here. Fortunately, we have lots of nature gems, so at some point I could forge a Cure All elixir with my god. And we know that Cure Disease, the spell, is quite easy to cast in this mod as well. So I've got a Woodhenge Druid heading over. You can do some Cure Diseasing in this area with a Thistle Mace one day. Actually, don't we already have one of those? Maybe I should give it to him now. Why not? Well, so we'll knock off this fort, put it under siege ourselves. Try not to get too diseased. And we might take some more of Russ's territory then, I guess. I'm not sure. We'll see how things look in a couple of turns. Glistening Dew Forest is open already. It's probably quite empty. We've got a massive army here, so we'll just roll in quickly, take it, burn down the temple, and then maybe move on to this fort next. I'll try and get the stuff around Earth's cap, since we're not going to get the actual cap itself. Going to take a couple of turns before Irma gets to this side. So that's all fine, I think. And other than that, it's just moving scouts, really. Got Bishop Fish that we summoned has been given the amulet of the fish. He's about to go on land. I don't have any available 3 mages at the moment. There are some over here, though. So next time one of the 3 mages... Are you 3? No, you're 2. Goes without the armor, right? The Sultans are 3 at least. We can have one of them forge a flying carpet. That'll help the Bishop Fish get around a bit. Since he doesn't have any boots, so I can't do wing shoes or anything like that. Or boots of long strides, or... so he'll move around. He might claim this throne, or this throne, whatever. That's all fine. My god is underwater, casting Guardians of the Deep. I put like 100 gems into it, because why not? Make sure it can't be easily replaced by Atlantis casting it. I don't know if this is going to have any effect. It might just help defend this lake for the rest of the game. But if Dominion does push into underwater provinces, it might start attacking them, which would be funny. I think really it's just going to do nothing though, but it is very funny. Next target will be Ghost Ship Armada, which might have a slightly more effect. I'll have to see. And I've got a water mage here just forging bottles of living water, which would be a significantly better use of water gems. But we'll get around to that. We'll forge some water gems soon. I can't find a remote site searching spell for water spells. So we might actually have to, once this guy's been recruited, the Hydromancer, we might walk him around searching for water sites for a bit and generate a bit more water gem income. Might help a little bit. We're on 8 per month. If we get it up to 10 per month, we can forge a bottle every month and just be neutral, which would be quite nice. I think that's basically it for this turn. Still doing summons, still doing all of the site searching. I'm going to forge a couple of shrouds for a bit and a crown of command. Well, we've got some pearls, I might as well have a few of those items, they're quite useful. Forging another booster somewhere as well. I think I was forging a crystal coin. Oh yeah, this big guy is going to cast Twice Spawn this turn. This costs 30 death gems because he's size 6. But it'll Twice Spawn him, so if he dies, he won't die. This seems useful since he's currently up to fire 7 with the 2 boosters. He'll cast Purgatory one day. Let's make sure he's Twice Spawn so that he can't die very easily. Still doing golds and white. There's the crystal coin as well. Still doing endless bags of wine too. Actually, I didn't realise I was doing 2 of them still. Where are you? White Harbour. Oh, that guy's forging them. And this guy's forging them. Okay. Probably enough, right? Still have some in the treasury. Yeah, let's stop doing that as well. Actually, you're only in Magic 2. You can forge them monthly still. You can research. Was that everything? I think it might be everything. It's a bit weird. I've never done this before, but this turn has already been submitted. Oh, right, so I can't change the orders. What am I doing? I'm not used to this. This turn was already submitted, but I saved it to actually do the recording the next morning. Which I've never done before. I don't even know how you did it. Apparently you have to like make a copy of the save folder and stuff. Yeah, so that change I just made is irrelevant. Ignore that. I have changed research priorities very slightly. I'm going to get blood to 4 after we get enchantment to 7. Just so that we can summon some Kers, or Keres, however you say it. These guys. They come as commanders. I think that means they'll have blood magic. So they'd make good blood hunters. We can start generating some more blood slaves and keep doing that. They should be good little additions, I think, to our army. And then also Conjuration 7 briefly as well, because that will give us the next big fire summon, which is Greater Summons May, which requires F4. But you can forge all the fire boosters now, so pretty much everyone could do that. Maybe they'll have no upkeep, that would be good. And then we'll go back to Thaumaturgy 7 as well. 1011 research per month, that's probably the best I've ever had on this channel. Anyway, but that was whatever turn this was. What do I do now? I don't know what to press. Well, that was the end of the turn anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. First up, a messenger has arrived from Ubar.
Badly written alternate histories, God of Ubar, has hereby issued the following decree. What if Ubar was full of fish for some reason?
There we go. Also got research and enchantment complete. Nothing too amazing here. I'll just quickly go over some of the interesting ones. There's a Dome of Solid I think this might be the only dome in the game. I'm not sure if we can get 5 to cast it. The other ritual is summon 41 plus 4 Vine Man for 4 nature gems. Kinda cool. A bunch of weird in-combat stuff then. We can do Zmei in combat quite easily. Doesn't even take a gem. We have like a lingering, AoE 4 version of Protective Force. And creates a water power, AoE 15 plus 1 water magic. Yeah. There's some kind of interesting stuff in there. We'll go to Enchantment 7 now just for the boat. I did some more site searching. There was quite a few sites we found. This is 3 gems per turn. And Augury found an Enchanted Pyre for 1 more fire gem per turn. That's not bad. We then Spider Battle in Quattle Swamp. This is Urmor using remote ritual attacks on I hate saying by the way. These are mannequins. So this is very powerful. This is 50 mannequins. The spell costs 2 death gems to cast. And this guy is already on 134 fatigue, so he's dead. His mannequins have the sleep vine thing. He's not going to do anything. Great fight. Yeah, that's the spell Urmor's been using to take provinces. And then scout capping them. So that's over here. And we also had a battle in Morn. We're just putting this fort under siege. It belongs to Russ, but is currently under siege by Here comes a fire orbs. Love it. It's gonna be hard for little armies to stand up to this. So that was Morn. You may notice that we have not stormed the fort this turn, because I forgot to storm the fort last turn, over here. Whoops. I spotted that when I was editing the video, and usually I would have been able to go back into the turn and change it. But that was the first time ever that it wasn't a live thing, so I couldn't. So that's unfortunate, but we'll be storming that fort this turn. And also storming this fort this turn as well. Events then, Griffin Spires, we got some nature gems. Barn Dagon, we got 2 water gems. Asian Forest, we got a gold nugget of legendary size. Love it. 578 gold. Caught a scout. Finished upgrading my fort over in Giant's Rest. And yeah, got 2 forts to storm. This turn is just storming forts. We'll storm Glistening Dew, storm Morn. None of my commanders are diseased yet, but if I hit D, one of my big Ifrit is now diseased. A couple of fire elementals are diseased. We got 2 camels diseased. Yeah, so I assume there's a disease site here. We got a oh right, yeah, I didn't give this guy the I'm so stupid. Yeah, I gave this guy a Thistle Mace when I was recording, which of course did not go through because the turn was already submitted. Yeah, but this guy can do some cure disease if a commander gets hit with it. And I've got another Woodhenge Druid heading over as well, just to be in the area. I don't want to put too many cap commanders in this fort for too long if they're going to get diseased, but he'll be around. So we'll storm those 2 forts. I don't predict many problems. We'll see what happens. This one is the Silver Throne. Gives you 100 gold, which is really nice. Lets you recruit adepts. But of course, if you do recruit an adept, he's going to be diseased unless you get him out of the fort pretty quickly. Which is something to bear in mind. I was thinking of how we'll defend this. We might have to summon some undead and demons to put in the fort. Over here, this province is pretty lightly defended. The fortification is probably nearly finished. So I'm going to have my god cast 10 small living mercuries. Just to see if we can kill the prophet and screw that up. That would be quite funny. Don't think we're doing anything else too interesting in terms of like forging and stuff. This guy over here, 1000 additional wars. You may remember last turn he cast Twice-Born, costing me 30 death gems. He did not Twice-Born himself though. He gave himself Twist Fate. So, apparently, where is that spell? Is it in enchantment? Apparently Twice Born is actually, let's see, damage 1, it's effect 23, damage 1. Let me just consult the spell effects list. Yep, so effect 23 is the Blessing Alteration buff effect, and number 1 is Averted Fate. So we spent 30 death gems, not to twice one ourselves, but actually just to give ourselves Twist Fate. So this is not permanent either. Once he gets hit, it's gone. Feel kind of cheated, I'll be honest. But it's my own fault because someone had already reported this bug in the Discord and I forgot about it. So there we go. So yeah, this bug has since been fixed in new versions of MagicGen, but oh well. Anyway, this guy's going to do something different this turn though. He's casting Greater Summon Simurgles. This gives you 25 Simurgles. These guys are very good patrollers. I'm going to set up Blood Hunting in probably this province first, Mountains Overnight. It's 8,000 pop. Pretty good one. So I'm doing 3 things. I'm summoning the Simurgles to do patrolling. I am recruiting a commander here to lead the Simurgles to do the patrolling. And I'm moving a basic mage over to put up a lab here, because I like having labs in my Blood Hunting provinces. I don't want to have to move things around. And once we summon some care, I think those will be my Blood Hunters over here. So that's being set up now. Blood Hunting will let us summon some demons and stuff as well, which we could put in this fort, I suppose. Which would be quite useful. I think that might be it for this turn. I don't think there's anything else special happening. Still just doing the usual summons. I'm sight searching Giant's Rest for Astral. I guess that's one thing. There is no remote astral sight searching spell I can see, so I have to rely on manual stuff. Yeah. I'll just check if there's any other interesting commands. I don't think so. Still doing Alquills, still doing sight searching. We're still, doing summons, casting Small Living Mercuries. Still doing Girdles. Still doing summons. Summon castles. Here's my magic items now, by the way. I've stopped Fires and Jars for a bit, we've got enough of those. I've stopped Bags of Wine as well, we've got enough of those. Got lots of boosters now. There's a cap on that guy who's sight searching. We've also got the coin. We've got the skull staff. This one makes the Robe of the Sea. We've got a bunch of boosters currently sitting on our mages as well. Yeah. So that's it for this turn. Scouts are still moving down this direction, this direction. So I'll leave it there. So that was turn 45. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.